Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to AI the Somnium Files. So, a quick little recap of where we're at. We just unlocked this route that's been locked for us for a little while. So this is when we're in Iris' Somnium, we make the choice not to believe her and we find her dead. I'm actually kind of curious if we can re-see that scene real quick, just to get kind of a better idea of where we're at.
Iris.
And that's where we got locked off last time. So, one thing, of course, to note from that is that Iris's right eye was removed, unlike in this other route we've been going on, where the left eye was the one getting removed. Iris's right eye got removed. What does that mean? I don't know. You also got to remember that we haven't found any dead bodies in this route other than Shoko from the very beginning. It is really just the opposite side of the tree at this point.
Have you settled down? The scene is being inspected without you. This time the body didn't disappear. However, you lost consciousness. I didn't expect you to faint. Seeing that corpse must have been incredibly shocking. I did not predict you to be the fainting type. I suppose humans are unpredictable. Now that you're back, let's get back to business. You are conscious, are you not? Are you at a loss for words? Date, don't let negative thoughts consume you. Thinking that Iris died because of me. If I never took her to Ota's, this wouldn't have happened. If you truly believe that, then your brain is completely rotten. Or perhaps when you saw the corpse, your head became filled with images of blooming yellow dandelions.
What?
Oh, you're talking now. Was I correct? If you consider the situation logically, even an elementary school student would understand.
Huh?
Fine. Allow me to pluck some of those dandelions from your mind. I will ask 3 questions. Please answer honestly. First question. The cold storage warehouse was not in regular operation. But even so, the AC was on, and a minus 58-degree temperature was maintained. Why is that?
Presumably to keep it ready for use, somehow. Yeah, either to preserve something or the warehouse was being used, although it doesn't look like it was being used. So maybe to preserve something.
Oh, I see you are back to making jokes. I am glad to hear that, but please stay focused.
That's the water over there.
So the on-off switch was broken, and they couldn't turn it off, right? But they could have shut off the electricity. I find it hard to imagine they would have left it running for no reason. The bills would have been expensive.
Yeah, I think that's the important thing to remember here, is that keeping a large warehouse of that size at such a cold temperature would be rather expensive. So you definitely want it on for a reason. It was a joke, of course, but still, you know. You'd want to keep, if you're going to keep that running, that's going to be expensive, and you'd have a good reason for it.
Why? For what purpose?
To preserve something.
To preserve something?
Yes. Let us move on to the next question. Second question. There was something strange about the corpse.
It had its right eye
Do you remember
removed.
what that was?
Yep. It was also naked. That's kind of weird.
What is unnatural about that?
Isn't it strange? The culprit hid the body because they didn't want it to be found. But then they cover it with a cloth? That implies they thought that someone would eventually find it.
But do you know for a fact that the culprit hid the body? And even if they were responsible, it is not uncommon that murderers feel a sudden urge of remorse or pity for their victim.
So the cloth was a sign of pity?
That is a possibility.
But I guess that's not the answer.
The culprit was afraid that the body would be discovered, so they hid it under the hood. But why there? The ocean is right here. If they really wanted to hide the body, they could have put weights on it and sunk it into the water.
As I stated earlier, the culprit may not have hidden the body. And even if they did,
They showed pity by hiding it in the warehouse rather than dumping it somewhere.
better than the ocean, I would imagine.
I'm almost wondering if they're trying to imply that maybe she was hiding in there to try to, like, warm up, like she was locked in there? Probably not, but I guess it's a possibility.
Iris's body was completely frozen. The temperature read -58. With Iris's weight... Just wondering, but how much do you weigh?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady that?
105 pounds.
I see. 105, huh? It should have taken about 18 hours to freeze solid. But we were...
Wait a moment. Before you draw your conclusion, allow me to ask my final question.
Oh, was that actually the weird thing? I thought it was the eye. Okay.
Question 3.
You know, that is weird, though. Now that I think about it, I'm trying to build a timetable for this. Hold on, let me save really quick to make sure I don't accidentally mess up. But I think we can actually go to the flowchart real quick and get an idea on times. Looks like if I go to, like, resume or reopen investigation. Yeah, it'll give me times, so... We were at the Matsushita Diner at 1 a.m., and we found the body at 2:53 a.m. So we found the body less than 2 hours later. Even at -58 degrees, freezing solid in 2 hours seems unlikely. And we didn't even get the message about her being gone till 1:44 a.m. So it was really just an hour. Yeah, even at that cold of temperatures, freezing a whole body solid in an hour seems strange. I do like that I can look at timestamps like that. That is actually pretty cool.
2 days ago, Sunday night, you found a dead body in the cold storage warehouse.
Oh, I see what's happening. Okay.
But afterward, you visited the Sagan household and discovered that Iris was in fact still alive. Why?
Yeah, never really explained that one, did we? So there's a couple options here, right? We say that, you know, my big prevailing theory up to this point is that there's multiple, like, world lines kind of thing, you know, let's say Steins Gate-esque, and you can kind of hop between them. If you go through Somnium, doesn't seem entirely likely, but it is an option. Now, the weird thing about that is the fact that Iris was alive. Like, we actually saw her alive after the Somnium thing. So it's not like we jumped to one where she's been dead for a while. It is possible, this is another thing, now that I'm thinking about it more, it is possible that maybe we saw, like, a glimpse into the future or something? Although that doesn't explain how the body froze so quickly. And to be honest, I don't know which one of these would actually be right. Probably not a hallucination, but I don't know about the rest of them.
What I saw on Sunday must have been a hallucination. It was a dream.
No, Date. You're overthinking it. You saw the corpse. But Iris was alive. Which means...
Maybe it was a fake body? You know? And maybe it got moved into the engine compartment?
I see. I understand now.
She's a zombie.
Maybe we're thinking about this all wrong. Iris isn't alive. She's dead. I saw the ghost of Iris.
Mr. Date, it's time for your medication.
Alright, fair enough.
Because we saved her. We saved her and so Somnium.
Date, think logically. What occurs in dreams does not affect reality.
Okay.
And parallel worlds?
Yeah, I know.
That is even less possible.
A little far-fetched, but still, you gotta give it at least a possibility.
So if that's the case...
Even a slim one.
You mean?
You've got it.
Is there maybe like a double? Like an Iris double? You know, that might actually explain some things. If there was some sort of double, that's one thing I haven't even considered up until this point. If Iris had the ability to be a double in some way, you know, maybe there's like a lookalike or something. I wonder how that would potentially affect the story. Like how that would affect our perception of things if there was a, you know, a second Iris, so to speak. I don't know. Just another theory. I bolted into the warehouse like I was shot out of a gun. Hi, what you doing in there?
The corpse is completely frozen. Getting a more thorough look would require removing the cloth. However, we would not want to be disrespectful. You can use a certain vision mode instead.
What a certain vision mode? We're gonna use the thermograph, and then we'll just see, like, black. Because it'll be so cold. What are we looking at here? Am I supposed to be looking at something? I don't know.
I don't believe it.
The stomach is swollen slightly.
Wait, is she pregnant?
She appears to have been pregnant.
Really? You know, I thought that for just a second, but I thought maybe that's just because she's bending over, so she's got a little flab. Wow, okay.
How?
Do not worry. The uterus does not contain a fetus.
You mean after she was killed?
No, the fetus was not present in her body when she was killed. She must have been killed after giving birth.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Is there actually an Iris double then?
The distended stomach does not immediately shrink after birth. The expanded uterus takes some time to return to its normal size.
So, wait, what?
This evidence makes one thing perfectly obvious.
Does it?
This corpse isn't Iris.
Oh, okay.
It's someone else.
Which means...
So it is a lookalike.
Iris is still alive.
Not necessarily. She could be alive. We haven't confirmed that yet.
So, either she's trying to cover up her own death, which seems fairly like a decent possibility, actually, considering her knowledge of her and her kind of crazy schemes, potentially, or someone else is trying to cover up her death. Or not trying to cover up her death, but trying to cover her up as being dead, I should say. And I guess the question is, why for both of those?
Multiple stab wounds with a single-edged, sharp object to the victim's back. Judging by the size and shape of the marks, the weapon was most likely a kitchen knife. This matches what you said on Sunday.
So this is the body I saw then.
So you're not crazy. So that actually throws out the idea then that... Well, not necessarily throws it out, but it highly discredits the idea that we're hopping world lines. You know? Time, like jumping to a different world line. That's good because that theory didn't really hold up in any of the other, you know, routes that we've taken so far. It was just a theory the whole time. So that's good, actually, that that's been kind of shot down.
Is there an estimated time of death?
Impossible to determine. This body has been completely frozen for at least 10 years.
Really?
10 years?
Wow.
She was killed more than 10 years ago?
Exactly.
Well, that's weird. So that might explain why they've been keeping this warehouse so cold for so long. To preserve it.
Her identity is unknown. Her killer is also unknown. But there is one likely suspect.
Who?
Let's consider the clues. The scene. Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse. Sunday night, we saw So here.
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
And there is something else about So Sejima. We witnessed someone similar to Iris being stabbed repeatedly in So's Somnium.
Interesting. Maybe it wasn't
But it
Iris.
wasn't Iris. It was this woman.
That is highly likely.
What we saw was So's memory from more than 10 years ago.
I wonder why the So's memory has her wearing the exact same clothes, though.
I believe that is the case.
Could she be, like, related to her somehow? Like an older sister, maybe?
Renju and So?
But we still do not know where Renju is.
That means that we need to talk to...
So Sejima.
Alright. I think we're gonna learn some important things here. Maybe we'll find So in a jar again. That would be interesting. Or maybe he's just gonna be a big jerk again. Mizuki and Ota kept searching for Iris. But unfortunately, they didn't turn up anything. Iris's whereabouts are still unknown. I'm worried about her, but without any leads, we'd just be looking for her blindly. I should focus on the investigation for now. It will eventually lead me to Iris. I'm sure of it. With that in mind, I headed to So's mansion. Oh, he's out here again.
I thought I told you.
Good to see you with all your limbs attached.
Never to show your face here again.
And yet here I am. How you doing? I'm gonna look at your fish again. Guess we got not a whole lot to say. We did kind of just think that we saw Iris dead, so maybe we're not in a great mood at the moment. Yeah, okay. You sure seem like a busy
I
man.
didn't come here for Shoko today. I didn't come here for Iris either. Instead, I'm here for a girl who looks like Iris. Did you kill her?
Date, look.
I knew it.
Ah, yes. He's red. That means he's warm.
You killed her, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've had enough of your shit, Congressman! You wanted to check on the body of the girl you killed. That's why you were at the cold storage warehouse 2 days ago. Where is Renju Okiura? You know where he is, don't you? You were at an Okiura fishery warehouse for a reason. There's definitely a connection between you two. And that's not all. Number 89 called your secretary. The same number 89 that Renju escaped with.
Right, 89 escaped in this.
Now tell me, where is Renju?
Suddenly, a gang of bodyguards stormed out of the mansion. In an instant, they surrounded me. Quick, porno mag! That one always works on Date. What you guys doing here?
We'd like to ask you to please leave.
Porno mag! Jumps 20 feet into the air. Well, that didn't work out very well.
Damn it, So!
There's nothing we can do. We did arrive without a warrant. We were technically trespassing. If he had called the police, we would be in a predicament. We would have been detained immediately.
I am the police.
Who would look after Iris then? Do you intend to leave your responsibility with Mizuki and Ota?
Ah!
Calm down, Date. We still have our lead.
Lead?
Before I explain, we need to discuss the corpse in the cold storage warehouse. Let's give her a name. Because she is frozen solid, we could call her All Ice or Alice. What do you think?
That's an interesting name for that.
Alice and Iris. I believe it fits nicely.
All right, Alice. What about her?
Someone might be able to identify her.
Who?
Allow me to ask you 3 questions.
Again with this?
It worked well last time.
First question. You have seen this corpse more than twice. 3 times, in fact. When was the first time?
Was that in the dream? Or I don't know. Let me look at all the things first, see if there's anything interesting here. I don't think so. Nah. I don't know, so we're just gonna guess, because this has been a long time since this route.
What are you talking about? You didn't see a dead body last night.
Oh, right. I mean, it was sorta last night, it was this morning.
Yes, you did see this body earlier. But that was the 3rd time. I'm talking about the very first time.
It was either in a dream or when Iba's battery shut down.
3 days ago. Saturday night when I synced at Abyss.
Okay, so it was in the dream.
Yes, in the Somnium world, we saw the frozen corpse of a girl. Question 2. Who is the girl?
It's a virus.
A virus? She was way too big to be a virus. Take this seriously, Date. Adrian? Adrian! No, of course not.
I don't know who Adrian is.
Huh? Are you serious? How did you come to that conclusion?
It looks like her. Alright.
Now I know. That girl was probably Alice.
Most likely, yes. So we have technically known Alice for 3 days. One last thing. The final question. In which Somnium did we see Alice?
That was so Somnium.
Adrian!
Rocky!
Adrian!
Rocky!
But seriously, I am talking about the corpse. Do you think you should be joking at a time like this?
It's gotta be some inside joke of some sort, I don't know.
My roommate, Mizuki Okiura.
Exactly.
Oh
You
wait,
mentioned something about Mizuki's Somnium being some kind of prophecy.
wait, it was Mizuki's?
But prophecies are nonsense. Dreams are not made of the future.
I thought it was
They are made
So's.
from the past.
Guess that was wrong.
Therefore,
Mizuki has seen Alice before.
Okay, that's interesting. I was actually choosing it just to go through all the wrong options first. I didn't realize that was in Mizuki's dream that saw that. Or Mizuki's Somnium. I don't remember exactly where it happened. I almost need to rewatch that video. Hold on. I'm kind of curious now. Hopefully it doesn't come back down anytime soon.
Iris? Why? Why is Iris...
She appears to be frozen.
She's also appears to be naked and stabbed.
What the hell is going on?
Alright, so going back, it was that original, well, not original, but the one we did with Mizuki where that story branched off. And we chose the first option, and we were able to get to the merry-go-round. We spun the umbrella. That caused the merry-go-round to kind of fly up into the air. That revealed what we thought at the time was Iris, but I guess it's Alice's body. We didn't really understand it. Then Shoko got mad at Mizuki, and then we went and, like, talked to Mizuki. And that's when it ended. So, it was Mizuki's, and I completely forgot about that.
there is no other explanation.
But, as you can see now, Mizuki must have seen her at some point.
Aiba, where is Mizuki now?
Where we went with Iris yesterday, Ikume Shrine.
The shrine? Why would she be there?
Unknown. She is supposed to be looking for Iris.
Okay, let's go.
That's the problem with coming back to a route, that we did it so early on in the story, and now we're getting back so late in the story, is that you forget stuff like this. This is kind of how I felt about Virtue's Last Reward. It was really bad about that, in that it took so long to play through the story that by the time I started coming back to earlier things, I completely forgot what was happening. It's not quite as bad this time, because it's not nearly as big and branching, but just definitely that same sort of feeling right now.